Since 1982, Kilembe Mines has been in a limbo following its closure during political turmoil, proceeded with some of the lowest copper prices on the world market. Located at the heart of Kasese district lies the ghost town of Kilembe Mines on the foothills of the Rwenzori Mountains. It is the home of the historical copper and cobalt mines established during the colonial days. It is the home of the heartbreaking highlands and river Nyamwamba, where the remains of the abandoned and dilapidated copper industry lies in the valley. Kilembe Mine sits on 58 square kilometer copper belt on the foothills of Rwenzori, about 7 miles north of Kasese town and about 350 kilometers west of the capital Kampala. The town stretches for about 8 kilometers along two banks of River Nyamwamba, and as one advances the ghost town, wooden structures for the miners and offices stand along the road, partially destroyed by River Nyamwamba floods. These are yet to be renovated as Chinese consortium Tibet-Hema Industry takes charge of restoring back the mines and copper extraction. The rust-crumbling smelter plant lies across the valley with huge metallic equipments and rotten railway lines littering outside the underground tunnels.
We are offloading equipment, new equipment from China and other countries that we are going to use. We are already installing some in the mill. We are already installing some in other installations. We are building and assembling tram cars for use underground, and the mill has already been dismantled, part of it. We have built new foundations for the new machines. We expect to have them by next month. So there is a lot of work being done.
The conveyor belt and mobile jaw crusher of copper ore and oxygen plant, as well as the pipe network of oxygen into the mines, which collapsed 3 decades ago, are yet to be restored. According to the project manager, Tibet-Hema Industry, Alex Kwatambora, an investment of $175 million has been injected in the project to revive copper mining. Works is in progress to restore the plant, which requires a lot of replacement of all rotten equipment. The company intends to import much of the raw materials for some of the equipment that can be rehabilitated in the Kilembe workshop. To Kwatampora, this entails rehabilitating and upgrading the Mobuku power supply from production capacity of 5 megawatts to 12 megawatts and replacing old machinery underground.
Underground, we have removed all the old equipment. We are replacing with the new equipment, trucks, transformers. We have already installed 3 compressor units underground. We have brought new drill machines. Next week we are beginning drilling for exploration and for small-scale mining.
One can hardly see much of the expected activities going on within the premises of Kilembe Mines, as much of the work is mainly technical. The project manager, Tibet-Hema, says currently 300 Ugandans have been recruited and are working in various fields along with the Chinese experts to overhaul the entire plant before copper mining testing trials are made.
We believe that by October this year we should have the first production unit in the mill running, and we should be able to produce Our plan is to produce at least 1,500 tons of copper per day in terms of copper concentrate and the cobalt, the pyrite that actually bears cobalt. So after that, we shall double this by next year. One of our obligations is to ensure that we employ many Ugandans as much as possible. And like in the past where we had so many experts, now we have Ugandans who are educated and fit to do these jobs. So as we talk right now, we only have 36 Chinese experts here, but the rest, the big lot of the engineers, technicians are all Ugandans. So we are having, and we expect to employ more Ugandans. We are training the youth. These parts you are seeing, which are already assembled, have been done by our own young men, young technicians. There are those who are training on job, and there are those who come with from tertiary institutions, and eventually we train them here, and they are ending up being very good technicians.
Other areas which were destroyed by flooding River Nyamwamba are also being renovated. A case in point is the construction of Chenjochi Bridge, which was swept by the recent floods, cutting off Chenjochi Township from Kilembe mainstream town. Raymond Muchunguzi is UNRWA's supervising engineer, says 75% of the construction works of the bridge has been completed and the remaining work is concentrating on building gabions or stone blocks along the river banks and the bridge pillars to avoid any further washing away of the bridge.
Now, as you can see in the background, we have provided them with a temporary access. The temporary access with the old bridge structures supported by gabions is what they are using at the moment since August last year. But I'm confident that once we are done with these gabions, then there will be all that is needed to continue with the bridge and to use it. Now, this bridge was an emergency kind of response to the floods that were ravaging this area back in 2014 and 2013, April to May, around this same time, this same month. So we responded to this emergency by putting out this contract to Terrain Services Limited as a contractor and do it in a duration of 6 months. But as you have realized, this 6-month period was not enough. From 9th June until 9th December, that was the original time span for finishing this project. But we learned that it needed protection works like the gabions, the ripraps, to protect the bridge, to protect the banks, to protect the roads that we are going to put after. So because of these protection works that the duration was extended until we are done with them, and what we construct is able to stand firm against the floods that will be coming.
Construction work is being undertaken by Terrain Services and supervised by UNRWA and is expected to be open to the public before the end of the year.
So the contract sum is approximately 4.36 billion, which includes everything that will be done, as you have seen, the bridge structure, the steel, the protection works, and also reinstating the approach roads.
This is Chenjochi Bridge, which is almost under completion, and it's the only bridge that joins or connects Chenjochi village, which is north of Kilembe, and Kilembe town and Kasese town. Kilembe Copper Mining was incorporated in Uganda in 1950s with the two Canadian companies, Frobista Limited and Ventures, in extracting copper and cobalt associated products. The two companies never lived long into business, and in 1962, Falcon Bridge of Africa took over the mining till 1975, during the slackening copper prices on the international market. Since 1975, the state took control of the copper mining operations till its closure in 1982 due to inflation eating into profits and the internal conflicts in the Rwenzori sub-region. According to a geological report, over 4.5 tons of copper still lie in Kilembe rocks and is economically viable for the next 25 years of copper extraction. The revival of copper mining in Kilembe comes amid the soaring prices of copper on the world market, with high demand of copper in Asian countries, which account for 60% of the consumption. Since it was first used in 8000 BC, people have discovered different uses of copper. Tools made of this element helped in advancing civilization during Stone Age and has become an integral part of many industries. Copper is the main element used in coins. It resists corrosion. Its core functions are transmission of electricity, used in generators, bus bars, motors, and transformers. In the construction industry, copper is used in shipbuilding, trains, cars, in mobile phones, buildings, and in the current transmission to satellite navigation system, on-board computers, central locking, and lights. And in modern medicine, applied copper bracelets are used in reducing arthritis and joint pains, and in other structures, just to mention but a few. Copper will continue to be used for a long time as more discoveries are made in different fields. The biggest producer of copper in the world is the Andean region in South America, with almost half of it coming from this region. Given the amount of work that is being done on the operation of the Kilembe copper mill plant and the more machines that are being brought into Kilembe Mines itself, it's only a matter of time that Kilembe Mines will soon sign as it starts production by October this year. Harris Tembo, WBS.